Happy New Year, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's just gone 8. It's the TNG Review Show.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. There we go. Happy New Year, everyone. Oh, look, this thing's still not quite in the right place. That's really annoying. For some reason, I've gone over to Windows 11 and it's thrown out all my positions of my... Right, there we go. That's better, I think. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TNG Review with me, Montalban, and my co-host, Mazza McBob. Good evening, Maz.
Good evening. Karen's actually saying she can't see the video, but I can, and so can Smiler Rainbow.
Oh.
So it might just
yes,
be Karen's problem.
Oh, dear,
oh, yay,
sorry.
there you are, she says.
There, yay!
Yay, we're here. Woo, woo, woo.
We're here. Yes, it's 2022.
How many fingers am I holding up, Karen?
2. Yes, it's 2022. We're back. We're back with a TNG review show. It seems like it's been ages.
Well, it has been. We've been off for 3 weeks, so that would make it about a month, wouldn't it?
Yeah, nearly a month, and I feel rusty. I've got to get my. Hopefully, I can remember how to read my script and remember all the prompts, and I pretty much got the intro right, so we're starting okay. I nearly didn't have chat up on the screen, like literally a few. You might have noticed we were maybe a minute or two late because. I was frantically trying to put chat up on the screen. I was like, I forgot chat. But yes, we figured it out. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that we have a man down, someone missing, the G-Star. He's going to be taking a bit of a sabbatical from the TNG review show. He will be coming along now and again when he can make it, but he's going to be more of a guest star rather than a co-star. So he's concentrating on his G-Star vaults and the Monty Zone and preparing other things, other great content for this channel. But he's going to be leaving the TNG review to in the capable hands of Mazza Bob and myself.
And G-Star vaults will be a lot more frequent as well because of that. So yeah, lots of good content, as you say.
I mean, his G-Star, one of his G-Star Vaults videos has exploded over the past month. It's gone viral over the past 5 days. We've been getting over 100 views a day on that one video alone. So, yeah, that's spurred him on. I've got other big news. This evening, whilst I was preparing this live stream, the Montalban channel, my other channel, hit 200 views.
Hey!
200 views? 200 subscribers.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Yeah, so...
whoop. G-Star's in chat. Love you too,
hey.
G-Star.
Hello. Hiya, G. He's there. Now, I hope I've done you proud with the questions tonight. I was kind of scrubbling around just before we started going, questions. But, yeah, we figured all that out. Which video is that of G-Stars that's gone viral? It's the WTF Bigfoot video. Is it about 2,000 views now?
Yeah, I was going to say, it just hit 1,000 at Christmas, didn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah, and now it's up to about 2,000.
Nice.
So... It's shooting upwards. It's not going to be long before it hits 3,000. And yes, so congratulations on that video, G. And there's another video that got posted yesterday or the day before, where he's using green screen technology for the first time. So yeah, really embracing the tech is G-Star and G-Star's Vault. So yeah, check that one out. And just a bit of admin, just to let you know, the next Monty Zone will be Friday the 21st. It was going to be next week, but I forgot we're going to the pantomime.
Yes.
Oh, no, we're not. Oh, yes,
yes,
we
we
are.
are.
It's behind you, the blue light.
It is.
Yeah.
I put it there.
Yes, we're off. We're off to the pantomime. Oh, don't you be misbehaved, camera. Yeah. So Friday the 21st is when will be the return of the Monty Zone. Yeah.
Wicked.
Oh, his other half, LJ's got his Oculus, so they're trying out the Oculus this evening. Well, congratulations to you guys. Alex will be very pleased. Yes. So tonight we're here to talk about the Vengeance Factor.
We are indeed.
Now, hopefully,
So we are indeed.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Also, before you go on, I'll just say that our first gin tonight, because I'm thirsty.
Oh,
is,
gin. Yeah, sorry.
The Gower Pinwid. It's Welsh. I don't think I did that justice.
I have the
which
gin
means
here.
pine trees. It's got juniper, angelica, coriander seed, and orange and zest. It does smell quite citrusy. And there we go. Yes. So here we go.
I forgot ice. So.
Ooh. Yes, that's it is quite floral. It packs a bit of a flavour actually.
I'm getting surprised. The pine though. I'm actually getting the pine.
Yeah. That's clever. Pine trees.
Yeah.
How do they do that sort of thing?
It's like a forest in a glass.
Yeah. Very pleasant.
Very nice. Quality gin.
And as you were saying before I rudely interrupted, the Vengeance Factor.
The Vengeance Factor, yes. Season 3. So, yeah. The Vengeance Factor, it's episode 9 of season 3. Production number 40273-157. I don't know if I need to say the 41273 bit, because that just means the next generation, I think.
Oh.
I think they're all 40273. -157. It first aired on the 20th of November 1989. It's the 56th episode to be both produced and released. It was written by Sam Rolfe, who incidentally also wrote an episode of Deep Space Nine.
Oh.
You know that episode, Vortex? It's where like a swindler chap tries to convince Odo that he knows where his people are, and he gives him a little like locket thing with some shape-shifting stuff in it.
Yeah.
That episode. So Sam Rolfe wrote that episode as well. And it was directed by Timothy Bond, who is no relation to James, but he also directed The Most Toys.
Cool. This was also the last episode that aired in the 80s in the US anyway.
Before they took their winter break. Yeah, so this is the point of the season where in later seasons we would get the first two-parter of the season, that sort of mid-season two-parter. Like Unification and episodes like that. They always had like a cliffhanger for the winter break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. So the synopsis for this episode is: the Enterprise tries to negotiate an end to raids launched by a group called the Gatherers, but a murder threatens to prevent peace. There we go.
Be cool.
We haven't got Mick in yet. No, Mick. I haven't said hello to chat. Sorry. I haven't for a reason. Because I'm going to talk about the first picture. Yeah. So hello, chat. Sorry, I haven't said hello to you guys yet. Hiya, Karen. Good to see you on. And yes, we've got video. Hello, Stuplum. Good to see you too. My ever-suffering Wrench, Smiler Rainbow. She's on and taking no prisoners, keeping chat in line. And G-Star, I think, is now shooting his way through some VR universe somewhere. Yeah.
Yes, and also Stu Plum has reminded about your nail. You didn't tell people what you did to yourself.
Oh, my nail. Yeah, it's
black
still
nail.
it's still black. Yeah, some people have commented on it because you could see it in the gummy bear video.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I slammed my finger in a door about a month ago, and it's still pretty gammy. I keep trying to pull the fingernail off.
TMI, dude.
Is that too much? Is that too much at this time of the evening?
It's a bit gross.
Bit gross. It just doesn't want to come, and
pulling fingernails off, like you realise that's what people do for torture, right? So
when it starts hurting, your brain stops pulling. You can't can't do it yourself. Really, I need to get someone else to do it for me.
Oh dear.
Anywho, the vengeance factor. Should we talk about that? It's probably better, isn't it? Better. And here's my first picture. So we go into the teaser, and the teaser opens up. We're looking out through a window of like a research facility, and this is the view we see. And I've got this view because it's interesting.
It is.
There it is. It's green. And this first view is interesting because this is like a matte painting curtain backdrop that they've used across the back of the scene. And this backdrop was created and designed for the 1950s film The Missing Planet.
Forbidden Planet.
Missing Planet. The Forbidden Planet. Yeah. I love that film as well. I don't know why I got the name of it wrong. So if we just go back, if you look at these like stalagmites, I got the word right. I had to say the little rhyme to myself in my head to work for a minute. The stalagmites like sticking up, and then we go to a shot from the Forbidden Planet. There you see it's like this section here, and that we can see. So yes, it's quite amazing that they can reuse. Paramount have got these things in the storage somewhere, and they can reuse a matte painting from a 1950s film.
Yeah, and they were wanting to use it for a while apparently, but the sort of the prop guy was like, we've got to use it for the right sort of scene in the right episode.
You can see it here in the background. It was used in Where Silence Has Lease.
Oh yeah.
As well. There, we can see it in the background there. So yeah, it was just an interesting bit of trivia that this episode opened out with. So I'll bring up the actual pictures now, because that was from the comparison site, not the Memory Alpha site. So let's get the actual ones up. There we go. That's not particularly relevant yet, but all will be clear in just a second. You want it a bit bigger? There you go. Is that better?
Very good.
There we go. All good. All good. Yes, so the teaser. The away team beamed down to a very green-looking Federation outpost that has been totally stripped of anything useful. Dr. Crusher finds a shard of metal with non-human blood on it. Data finds life signs behind a door. Worf tries to open the door but completely fails, so Data opens it for him, leaving him probably feeling a little de-Klingoned. Behind the door they find two Federation scientists who lie lifeless on the floor. And that's one of the scientists we see there. So, Mick, you're not here, so you're going to miss question 1.
Oh, no. Well,
yeah, it's going to be...
Is he on the scoreboard yet? I'm not sure that he is, actually. He's going to have to start playing catch-up soon.
I haven't shared the questions with you, so you can play along, Maz.
I can. That's very true.
It's true. I purposely, before the show, didn't share what the questions I was creating, so you can play. So you can Smiler, but I know Smiler is working as well as doing a thing.
You want me killing score, I presume?
I can tell you that Mickey is he's hurt his hamstring.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah. So, yeah, so he's getting himself sorted out, and he's on his way home. So maybe he'll be on in a bit.
Oh, bless him.
But yes, the teaser question is, who was in the away team that beamed down to the outpost? You know me, I don't do the whole
answer.
I don't do the whole A, B, C, D, E, F, or none of the above. You just got to put your answer in. So, who was in the away team? Some of the names were mentioned in the my spiel there, but I did miss one important name out.
You realise if I'm typing in long answers, there's going to be pauses where I'm not talking to you.
Oh, well, that's fine. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Luckily, I can talk for England, so
that's my take.
Might wanna, okay, right. Yeah, so, yes, put it in. Who was in the away team that beamed down to the outpost? I'll let you guys get your answers in on chat. And whilst I continue with Act 1. In sickbay, Crusher is scanning. We can see her doing it right here in the picture there with her little scannery lipstick. It's even red on the end. Yeah, scanner lipstick there. In sickbay, Dr. Crusher is scanning the two rescued scientists and reports they are suffering from multiple phaser stuns. The results of the sample of blood have shown that it likely comes from a species called Acamarians. This suggests gatherers were involved. They are a nomadic marauder species who raid outposts like the one the scientists came from. Riker comments, though, that they have never come out this far before, so Picard signals the bridge to set course for Akamar system, and Wes responds with an "Aye, aye, Captain."
Aye, aye, Captain.
Smiler's just posted, sorry, the question was about an away team. Good luck.
Try listing characters. Good luck.
Brilliant.
You captured it very well.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Smiler.
It's about the sum of it.
It looks like, we're not going to be... this is for a whole... I'm going to give... How many points shall I give for this one? 25. It's for 25 TNG points, this. So, you got to get that question, the answers in there. I'm looking at you, Stu Plum and Crystal Karen. Yeah.
And you can answer too, Smiler.
And Smiler, yeah, feel free to throw in an answer there, Smiler. They arrive at Akamar 3 and enlist the help of the sovereign Maruk. In the conference room, Maruk confesses that they are elusive, the gatherers, and difficult to capture, but possibly with Starfleet's help. But Picard nips that in the bud quite quickly and diplomatically, refusing to hunt them down himself. Maruk says that they have tried everything, even amnesty, but to no avail. But it turns out the last attempt that they tried that was 18 years ago. Maruk goes on to explain that her people 100 years ago were very different. Their culture was warlike, with factions feuding over the most minor of incidents. And then they found peace. But the gatherers wanted to keep their warlike ways, so they buggered off. Picard tells her that despite their progress, their culture remained fractured until the gatherers returned to Akamar. Maruk thinks it's futile, but Picard thinks that there's much to gain and so little to lose. Save the effort. I think Stuplum's struggling with the autocorrect.
I don't.
But
I don't know why though. I don't know what it's.
It's because
it hasn't spelled anything wrong.
No.
It says Riker Worf, Dr. Crusher data.
Yeah, he's had to keep going back and correcting it because he's probably come out like work or something, instead of Worf. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
and Smiler said she did answer. She answered B.
Oh, yes. Well, only Smiler was right, as it turns out. What, you didn't see my imaginary B? Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at the answers then. So the answer was Riker, Data, Worf, and Dr. Crusher. I actually mentioned that Data, Worf, and Dr. Crusher were there because Crusher found the shard with the blood. Worf tried opening the door, and Data found the life forms. But what I didn't say was Riker was there heading up the whole thing. So yes, I was trying to trick you into missing Riker out, but let's see. So
It's not the sort of thing I would usually notice, to be honest, but
Bev, Worf,
it was just
Riker, Data.
it was just unusual for Beverly to go on her first sort of away mission. She's just not normally there. So the fact that she was just made me think, oh, that's a bit of an unusual makeup of an away team, which is the only reason why I remembered it.
Yeah, so everybody got it right. Everybody got the right answer. Although nobody got it in the order that I wanted it in. So half points. No. I wanted Riker, Data, Worf, and Crusher.
Hey, Mickey's here.
Hey. Yep, so 25 points to you all.
Excellent.
Yeah. I'll give 25 points to Mickey as well because, he's injured.
Hamstring, bless.
And he's my favourite. He's my favourite in chat. So, so he just gets 25 points for being here. So like
some people don't play favourites, but you relish in playing favourites, right?
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah. Favourite child, go. No, I'm only joking.
Chewie.
Oh, funny.
No, he's not here actually.
Aww. Where is he? Choo-choos.
I don't know. He was actually just before the stream, he was actually asleep on the sofa right there. And I was like, perfect, stay there. But then I went to get my gin and he jumped off and followed me and he didn't come back. So, damn it.
Bless.
Yes. Oh, well, good evening, Mickey. I hope you're feeling well and I hope your hamstrings not hurt too badly for your skiing and snowboarding and things that you're about to do in the next week or two.
Oh, ouch.
Yes.
That's bad timing then.
Bad timing. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Get ice on it or deep heat or plenty of painkillers.
Gin. That'll make it better.
Gin always helps.
But it's good to have you here.
Yes.
Another voice from the void.
Another voice. Okay, so save the effort, yes. Picard shows Maruk the bridge, and she's suitably impressed. Maruk confirms she's ready to leave with them. She just needs 2 more of her servants. And Riker agrees to go sort out their accommodation. Maruk tells Picard that they will likely find a gatherer encampment in the Hromi cluster. Hromi cluster. Data confirms that would be a good spot to hide, so Picard orders Wes to set course. In her quarters, Maruk is amazed, looking out the window as they go to warp, and orders one of her servants, Yuta, to prepare a light meal. Oh, I probably need to move it on, sorry. That's them in discussion in the thing. Here we are. This is where we're at. Sorry, Karen. Chewie is about. I'm sure he will pop by before the end of the stream. You'll have to wait for your Chewie fix.
Aww.
It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry. Yes.
I could send her a Chewie fix. I do have some footage of him opening his Christmas presents.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Bless. Cutie patootie.
Yeah. He's with his mummy. Curled up with his mummy.
Mickey wants to know if Riker's eaten too much turkey. Is that because his tummy's a little bit pokey outy?
Yeah.
He does sort of start to gain a little bit of weight, doesn't he? I think he
He does.
being in like a William Riker style girdle towards the end.
Well, yeah, Kirk style girdle. You can kind of tell he's already got it here, look, because it's flat down here, look. It's flat, and then at this point here,
Sort of
it
goes
then
out, yeah.
bulges out. So, yeah, he's already trying it out, and yeah, it kind of gives a weird shape, doesn't it? But I need more than a girdle. I need like scaffolding to hold it up. But there you go.
Yeah, I know where you come from. I'm the same. I'm doing, new year, new diet as per usual, though. So we'll see. Maybe that'll get better.
There's always hope.
Yeah.
There is always hope. Yes.
It's never worked before, but it may work this time. Definition of insanity, right?
Yeah. Karen says thanks to Maz, she got her Picard fix this week.
Yeah, pictures of him from the 70s, working for was it the Royal Shakespeare Company? And
yeah,
looking like a strapping young man.
Yeah. Yes, where was I? Yes, in the quarters. She's got one of her servants to prepare a light meal. And that's Yuta, who we see there in the blonde hair. Yuta here asks Riker where the kitchen is, but Riker shows her how to use a food replicator. It turns out that Yuta is also the chief taster as well as a chef, because she had to taste the water before handing it to Maruk. Riker's interested to try Yuta's cooking, though, and wants to know what her speciality dish is. But Yuta says she doesn't have one. Riker keeps pressing, though, because he's an ass. And so Yuta says that, well, there's a Parthas dish. Parthas being a green vegetable with fleshy roots. Riker says he can't wait to try Parthas a la Yuta. Bet he can't. And then he leaves them to it. They arrive at Gamma Hiromi 2 and Data detects life forms, along with thermal radiation and carbon dioxide emissions indicative of combustion. Wes is like, campfires, Data. And he's like, yeah, that's what I said. Very Data. Very Data. The away team. Does anybody want to give me... This isn't a question. But the names of the away team that go down to face off against the Gatherers. Come on, Maz. You can do this.
I think it was similar, but with Geordie instead of Bev this time.
Oh, nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Yes.
Because that's the normal sort of away team, right?
Oh, yeah, you don't want any girls, do you?
Well, I mean, it was a bit odd that she was there in that first one, just because she's not normally on the first away mission. They do then bring her down later, but,
Yeah, so I've really got to make my phone quiet. Hang on a second. Shush. Yes, so Riker, Data, Worf, and Geordie, you were completely correct. Beam down to the encampment to look for the Gatherers to negotiate with, but whilst there, they find various stolen items, including the reactor that was stolen from the research station. They get ambushed by some Gatherers, and phaser fire is exchanged, with the Gatherers using Regalian phaser rifles. The data comments are not very powerful, but Riker mutters, powerful enough. There's a bunch of things in that set, the encampment set. There's
props?
Props. That's the word. There's various items scattered about this thing which are
been reused.
That are reused from.
See, I don't have any of that from the trivia that I got. It was really quite poor this week. There was like 2 little bits of trivia and 4 goofs, and that was it. So, if you found out more, that's great.
There you go. I got some for you. Maz. Just from the comparison site here. So, if you see, like here, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, you've got these, they look
triangular
like
things.
Triangular cone-like things. And then when you look at this place, you see these cone-shaped things dotted around.
Yeah.
There's a panel on the wall in the background that was the backdrop to Okana's ship in the Outrageous Okana. There was the panel, and there you can see the panel there.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a couple of things for you.
Cool.
That was from that set.
You're doing your job better than me. Doing my job better than me.
Oh, no. No. Let me just get the original thing back. There we go. Yeah. There you go. They're exchanging phaser fire. This is the reactor. This is the reactor. This is another prop as well. This is the reactor that was stolen from the research station. But it was also the reactor from... yeah, I've forgotten. Who Watches the Watchers? When the reactor exploded and the hologram went down.
Yeah.
It's the same reactor prop from Who Watches the Watchers. But on Who Watches the Watchers, it was on the ground. And so they just propped it up on its side.
Good action shot of Worf there.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, and we've got somebody in chat asking, what do we think of Captain Kirk going into space for real?
Oh, hi, Kevin. Good evening, sir. Yeah, fantastic, wasn't it? Yeah, I haven't actually watched the official documentary yet. I think it's on Netflix. Is it on Netflix or Prime?
I did see the, like the sort of like a couple of bits of footage of it when it happened, like live. But
yeah, I saw it when it happened, but I haven't seen. I kind of wish he went with SpaceX rather than Blue Origin, because they only got like 5-10 minutes or something, didn't they?
Yeah.
On the edge of space, where if you'd gone SpaceX, waited a little bit longer, you could have gone like proper space. But yeah, no, it's fantastic for him. I mean, he's in his 90s.
I know. Wasn't he like the oldest person ever to go into space?
Yeah, the oldest person.
I mean, that's something to do, isn't it? I mean,
great when you're Captain Kirk,
It's just that is such a legacy. It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't. Oh yes.
Yes, he does look really good for his age as well.
Yeah. Yeah. He goes into space and all the people he's with are wearing red shirts.
Yeah.
And he's like in like normal get-up, and all his fellow crew members are all wearing red.
Gosh, that was like tempting fate, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
he does look great for his age. No, he's an absolute legend. I don't use Twitter. I don't use social media. I can barely use Facebook. But I do follow William Shatner on Twitter because his takedowns of people and the things he says on Twitter is just absolutely hilarious.
Brilliant.
He just makes me laugh all the time. He's just savage. It's great. But yes, he's definitely still got all his marbles, that's for sure. And yeah, long may it continue.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I've forgotten where I was.
I don't know. I was just saying, nice action shot of Worf.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about props and the reactor and such like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Squinting reading.
Oh yeah, there we go. The away team of Riker, Data, Worf, and Geordi. That's where we're at. Beam down to the encampment and look for the gatherers to negotiate with, but whilst there, find various stolen items, including the reactor that we see there in the picture. That was stolen from the research center. They get ambushed from the gatherers and phaser fires exchanged. Oh, I did read this. Using Regalian phasers, Data comments that they're not powerful, but Riker mutters they're powerful enough. That's the end of that scene. So the question is...
Any questions?
For 50 TNG points, what is Utah's speciality dish? And I know she said she hasn't got one.
I know
initially she said she hasn't got one, but then when pressed, she said, well, there is a something dish that I'm pretty good at. So what is that speciality dish of Utah?
Darn it.
There you go. That's your end of Act 1 question. Smiler's summed it up there. Something about a speciality dish.
Yeah.
Question mark.
You're gonna, we'll have to get
Brilliant
better
work.
at writing the questions and giving them to Smiler like G-Star used to do. That would make her day easier. Bless her.
Yes, it would. It would. Yep.
Hi, Kevin. That was me, by the way, in chat. Feel free to join in with the quizzes. We've only had one question so far, so we've only given away 25 points so far. So yeah, it's all up for grabs.
Yeah, Smiler's there multitasking, working on a master's, and listening into our ramblings at the same time. Yeah.
But she does watch it with you, doesn't she, on a weekly basis?
She does.
So,
Yes.
yeah. She's got the knowledge, that's for sure.
She's got the knowledge. Yep. So answers to that one then. Maz has no idea.
I had no idea. I mean, I think what they were saying does sound about right, but like Parthas or something. But yeah, I could not remember when you asked. So yeah, I'm not going to claim somebody else's answer.
Yeah. Well. Yep. Parthas is right. Spice Parthas is even better.
How many points was this one?
50 points for this one. So yeah, that's.
So Karen got
Scoopum
it, Spice Parthas.
She did. She wrote Spice initially, and I thought, oh, Karen got it. But then she writes Spice Parthas dish, and then she cemented her knowledge by pointing out that it was a green vegetable with fleshy roots, which it was. So, top drawer. Mickey with some good soup.
Well,
yeah.
I have it later. It doesn't look like
close.
it's like little green things or something.
Little
I'm
green,
not quite sure.
chunky things. It doesn't look appetizing, to be fair. They seem to like it.
And Kevin says, "Don't really know my Star Trek."
Oh, don't worry, Kevin.
Enough.
It's fair. That's fair. It's
You
pretty...
never know. We could get you into it. I mean, Mickey never used to watch TNG.
Who knew?
And he watches it every week for new, like for the first time ever. He's watching it along with us in this series, which is pretty cool.
Yes, it's nice. Yeah, we could turn you into a TNG fan, Kevin, if you stick with us. I don't know if that's a good thing, but there you go. It's a thing. Yeah, so yeah, that was Act 1. So congratulations, who got the 50 points.
Yes. So we've got Stu and Karen are currently both in the lead with 75 points.
Hey. So Act 2. Whilst taking cover, Riker tries to communicate with them with little success. Worf says his words are wasted. Their only understanding is this. Grabbing the phaser and sort of sticking it in Riker's face. But Riker's adamant that they're there to open a dialogue. Which is like, Worf's like typical. Why bloody Federation? Riker asks Data to what's the vaporizing temperature of Noranium? Noranium, yeah, I think it's what it is. And uses that information to set a whole stack of uranium plates on fire with the phaser setting of 7. This creates a smoke screen that he then loudly requests an emergency beam up. The gatherers... Yes. Away team, emergency beam up. We're definitely going. The gatherers then climb down from their platforms, thinking the away team has gone. But this time it's Riker's turn to get the drop on them. Worf surprises the leader by telling him his ambush would be more successful if they bathed more often. And Riker tells them that they have brought the Sovereign there. Sorry?
I thought that was a great line.
It was a good line, yeah. Yeah. They brought the Sovereign there with an offer of amnesty. Maruk beams down to meet them. She offers them amnesty if they return to Akamar 3. But they joke that she's trying to poison them when they get offered a drink. And the leader, Brol, forces one of his underlings to drink it, much to the amusement of the rest of the gatherers. But Maruk finds their actions distasteful and shouts at them that they haven't changed in 100 years.
Did you notice the issue with the drink that he threw in the guy's face?
No.
When they poured it in the jug when Yuta was holding it, it was a completely clear liquid. And then when they threw it in that guy's face, it was like a milky white liquid. It's like it changed. It magically changed.
Yeah. It would be good, Mickey, if you could watch G-Star's Vault.
Well,
comment on it.
This is
because then it'll shut G-Star up from telling me every other day that you still haven't commented on the video.
Well, the thing is Karen says Mickey's your favorite fan, aren't you gonna, give him some more sympathy points? Then Mickey says, I don't want too much sympathy, but then tries to solidify his favorite fan status by telling you that he's just watched and liked and commented on G Star Vault. So yeah, I think he is actually trying to get points out of you, even though
Yeah,
he says
I
he's
think
not.
he's yeah. But that is good. That is good that he's commented finally on that video. I'm like, yes. Right. Where was I? I've lost my. Oh, the drones versus UFOs one. That's good, Kevin, isn't it? I saw you commented on it. Yes, he's on every week, and he's using green screens now, which is interesting. So, yep, check out G Star's Vault this week. It's very good. Yes. Yeah. So where were we? Maruk was shouting at the gatherers, wasn't she? They haven't changed in 100 years. To which Brol retorts, "Well, you would know. You were there," which I thought was a great,
Yeah.
which is a great comeback line.
He's a cheeky chappy.
He's a cheeky chappy. Picard barks at them all with his best dad voice to sit down, which they all then promptly do. Bro thinks maybe Picard forced Maruk here, but Maruk's like, no one forces me anywhere. And I totally believed her in that. I was like, oh yeah, no, that woman's not.
So did that guy,
forcing.
didn't he? He was just like, right, okay.
Yeah.
Woman who knows her own mind. I'll shut up.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Brel doesn't think that she has anything to offer them, but Maruk says she can offer them a life, an end to their miserable existence. In the end, she says the clan wars are over. It's time to come home. Brol wants to speak with Picard and Maruk privately, so everyone else leaves. On leaving, Yuta follows one of the gatherer elders and confronts him. When they are alone, he recognizes her. Goes, I know you. And then he says, it's impossible. And she touches his cheek and he dies. As he dies, she tells him she is the last of her line and her clan will outlive his. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Evil plot twist.
Yeah. So, there you go. That was the end of Act 2. So, we've got the Act 2 question for 100 TNG points.
100 points.
100.
Golly.
Golly gumdrops. What's the name of the leader of this group of gatherers? What is the name of the leader of this group of gatherers? I've said his name a number of times through my narration. Oh, I forgot the... there you go. That's her touching his cheek.
And that guy's Volnath, right?
Yeah, I didn't know his name.
I think that's who he is.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
His uniform apparently was made from sort of recycled Borg costume from Q-Who.
It looks a bit Borgy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can even see it's got like an eye implant thing on his head.
Yeah. Yeah, ocular implant. It's quite random. He's a bit of a stranger looking fellow, to be fair. I was also going to mention, I should have said this at the head of the thing, but early titles for the episode apparently were The Human Factor, The Vengeance, and The Weapon. But obviously they settled for The Vengeance. Was it The Vengeance Factor?
The Vengeance Factor.
Yeah. So it's kind of a combination of some of those things. Apparently also Ira Stephen Bear worked on this as a writer, but he wasn't credited for it.
He certainly wasn't credited.
No. That was in the unauthorized guide to the new Trek voyages, apparently. Captain's Log Supplemental.
It's a pretty good, well-written episode, I think, generally. Some really good lines in it.
Yeah, there are some really good lines in it, but they cut a lot of the script, apparently, because I think, what's his name? Timothy Bond, Mr. Not James Bond's brother.
Yeah, not James Bond's brother, yeah.
Was saying that, you can cut a lot of the script because sometimes when people are writing, they'll write about, I'm going to phone so and such, but instead of saying I'm going to phone so and such,
someone could
just
just
pick
walk
up the
to the
phone and do it.
Yeah.
So that ends up cutting out a lot of script and making it more visual. But it was funny hearing like from his side of it, because obviously you explained about that painted backdrop. But in like an interview thing, he said we're able to make it quite visual. And the art department came up with this bizarre painted backdrop. They lit it all up with green light and smoke. The show also featured the best set I've ever had. We only had it for 2 days, and it was such a shame to tear it down. So that's obviously his take on that matte painted curtain thing that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I forgot to say as well. It's the that whole science station thing was the Battle Bridge redress, another Battle Bridge redress that was the Enterprise Science Lab. It was various bridges, like from the one with Picard and the Ferengi. It was the Enterprise the Enterprise Design Lab where Geordie met Brahms, whatever her name is, Leah Brahms, and it's that set that's been everything. It's been every set, but they did whack the Forbidden Planet painting on the back of it, so it's pretty cool.
Definitely.
Okay, so Karen, we haven't got an answer from you, Karen. Where's your answer?
Do I know?
Give us an answer.
It would have to be in my notes if I know. I don't think I do know.
I'll tell you that Mickey with Utah is wrong.
Yeah, that's her. That's her name, the blonde lady.
Yes.
It sounds like Utah.
It does. Utah. Yeah.
I had it written down the same, I think.
Yuta.
Ah, right. I think I wrote it in my notes the same. Yeah, Utah. I'd actually just watched Point Break again for the first time in ages recently, but yeah, it made me think of Johnny Utah. That's that's his name in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can't. I have no idea what that guy's name is. I've completely forgotten.
Brill Mole is close, G-Star, but with the right answer, we have Stu Plum. Got 100 points for Brol.
Nice one.
Karen missed the question as she was making a cup of tea.
Oh, Karen, that's a shame.
There we go.
Stu Plum with the 100 points.
Stu Plum with the 100 points. So we go to Act 3.
Into the lead.
Yes, congratulations. She has watched Point Break.
Right.
Great. Yep, good film. So, Brol. Brol has seen merit in Maruk's offer and agrees to take it to the Gatherer's leader, Chorgun. But then someone shouts as they found the body of the old guy. Riker calls for the doc, who beams down. Brol offers the chap that found the body the rights to his belongings, so he starts taking his boots and various other bits and bobs. Ironically, a bit like a Borg does when the Borg falls over. They take.
That's a really good point.
And he's dressed as a Borg. They kind of like recreated that scene.
Oh, it would be great if he just reached over and took like the ocular implant.
That's right. Yeah. Riker grabs him and throws him away so Bev can get to work, but she confirms that he's been dead too long. He died of a heart attack, but she can find no cause. On the Enterprise, Brol enters the bridge and is surprised to see a child at the helm. Picard gives him his dad stare, so he gives Wes the coordinates. But Wes is unimpressed with the coordinates he's been given, as it takes him through an asteroid belt. And so he changes it slightly so it avoids going through the belt and only loses him 12.1 minutes. Brol's like, whatever.
What was he even doing with his finger, though? He was going, let's see, this course. And
I know,
he was just
going along the
his
label
finger
of the...
along a really random part of the... Oh, what do you call it?
Yeah.
The
Con.
Yeah, but the
Display?
style of the display has got a particular name.
LCARS.
LCARS. Yeah, really odd part of the LCARS display.
Yeah, it's just a label of the section, but I imagine that in standard definition, you probably didn't really see that. But now in high definition, you can read all the words plain as day. So yeah. Oh, there is a Chewie.
Ah, Poppy.
Yep.
You little Chewie.
You come over here. Karen wants to say hello. Caramel saying it. No, he's following his mummy out. He's gone. He's gone.
Bless.
Yes.
There was something. Oh yeah. When Bev. So Bev like beamed down. Oh, has that happened yet? No, that hasn't happened yet, has it? Oh, he's chasing his dog.
Well, you're supposed to go over and stay there.
Ah, little Chewy.
Anyway.
Such a cute pie.
He's such a cutie pie.
Really is.
Anyway.
Has Bev
Sorry, you were
already
saying.
beamed down? Sorry.
Bev's beamed down,
Yeah.
had a look at the guy, and said it died of a heart attack.
Yeah, and it was it's just like a I don't know, medical thing, I guess, but she said something about cardiac arrest and there's something about heart attack, and they're not the same thing, but she talked about it as if it was the same thing. She was like, could be cardiac arrest. Yes, I can confirm it was a heart attack. But it's like they're actually different things.
Same.
Like one is the heart stopping, and the other one is a clogged artery stopping blood from getting through the heart.
Yeah, she says she can't find no like clogged arteries or any other like medical things that would cause it. But yeah, I've changed the picture on, so this is them sat around the campfire negotiating with Brol there, and then we'll leave it on that one. There's Brol talking to Wes.
Oh yeah, such an airy chest in that scene.
Oh, he did.
I was just like, oh, that's a really, really airy chest for family TV.
Yeah. His gear actually was a sort of redress of Outrageous Okana's outfit.
Oh, he really reminds. I was thinking that earlier. He reminds me of Outrageous Okana. He's got that same sort of roguish, but it hangs off him what he's wearing. It's like it's really poorly fitting. But I guess that's because they do scavenge things off different people, right? So it's not always going to be well tailored.
Also, the guy that played Okana was like 6.5 feet tall.
Ah.
So it's probably like really big, and he wasn't that tall. So it's kind of big on him. But it's the same jacket. They distressed it a little more, made it a little darker. But yeah, it's the same outfit pretty much. Yes. Right. So yes, Wes has just saved them some time and not taking them through an asteroid belt. So in 10 forward, Maruk tells Picard all about the Clan Wars and how a simple act would require a retaliatory act of greater violence, which just kept escalating. Picard says it was not unlike how his people used to be. And when he said that, I thought, oh, little bastard, he means us. We used to be savages like that. I'm thinking, oi, you. That's us, that is.
Have you seen the news lately, though?
Yeah. Riker and Deanna enter, so Yuta dismisses herself to go prepare some food for them to sample. Bro enters and nicks some guy's drink at the bar, and then goes to pester Wes, who's doing his homework. He says, Wes, you don't like me. And he's like, no, I don't. You're a thief. And Brol gets all angry and shouts at him and says, oh, we only steal to survive. And it turns out he's got children too, though his aren't any good at maths. Yuta delivers food to Riker and Deanna, which they find delicious. Will asks Yuta to join them. And Deanna gets the hint and yeets out of 10 forward. It turns out that
she's a pretty good wing woman, considering she's a Zadi, right?
Yeah, I know. She's like his enabler. It's like, stop it, Dee, stop it. Yeah. It turns out she has everything she ever wants, except her freedom, and not because she doesn't have options, but because she is stuck on a path that she has chosen for herself. This confuses Riker, which is not hard, to be fair. But then she gets called away by Maruk. The doc chimes in and calls Riker to sickbay. In sickbay, Beverly tells Riker that the old dude was killed by a virus that individually targeted him. Dun 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 dun. And that was the end of Act 3.
Is it time for our tropical gin at all?
Oh,
or are
yes.
you still going on yours?
No, I am out.
Right.
So our second gin of the evening is Barbican Botanics Tropical Gin.
Yum
It
yums.
does smell very tropical.
Oh gosh, it smells very strong.
Yeah, it does smell very strong. It's only a 40%er though. Mickey's back. I think he had to pop out for dinner, but he's back. So thanks for coming back and joining us.
And do you have a question for this section?
We do. We've got the end of Act 3 question, and my question is: how many minutes are lost by taking Wesley's route to their destination?
I think I know. I can have a good guess at it. Shall I put it in chat or?
So yes, how many minutes were lost by taking Wesley's route to their destination?
Yes,
Question time. Yes, thank you. I should do the
question time.
Time.
This is where we miss G-Star.
Well, we miss G-Star, don't we? Yeah, it's just not the same.
Oh, what's it like?
It's very nice.
And this tropical one is from Barbican Botanics, which are actually the people who do this little gin box service. So yeah,
They do.
a little bit of a plug there for them. Aren't we good?
How long did Wesley lose us?
Ooh.
Yep.
It's kind of fruity, but
It's fruity,
it's
but
not
it's quite
so
strong.
much tropical fruity. It's more like red fruits to me, but very nice.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, like sort of like raspberries and strawberries. And sort of berry, like berryish type
Normally it would be really, I don't know, like passion fruity or have that real tropical sort of edge to it, but not so much.
Anyway, Barbican Botanics. Highly recommended. Yep, so how long did Wesley, how much time did we lose? For 150 TNG points.
150? My word.
Is that a lot? I don't know.
It's a decent amount. It's a decent amount. The
Doesn't sound like enough to me.
Captain question used to be 100, so.
Oh.
But you did give away 13,000 points the other week, so that's probably why it doesn't seem enough.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I did have a comment about something from earlier, though, and I don't know if you wrote it down, and I didn't want to say it at the time in case, but it was about when they vaporized that scrap metal, which apparently the gas created would have been 2,314 degrees, which is what Data had said. So, and then the gatherers just like walk through that cloud of 2,314 degrees gas. In fact, even anybody in the near vicinity would have just been completely vaporized or burst into flames, because that's a crazy crazy temperature, right?
Yeah, if you have gas that was metal, then it's going to be crazy. A bit like a pyroclastic flow down the side of a volcano, isn't it? Where you've got gas rock.
Yeah.
It just vaporizes everything it touches.
But they just step right past it.
Yeah. Well, they're tough, these gatherers, you know.
Yeah. But they're not human, you know. Maybe they've got some sort of really crazy exothermic type thing. I don't know.
Noranium, wasn't it? It's noranium.
Oh, was it?
Whatever noranium is. Part of noranium, like slag. Yeah.
Who are you calling a slag? No, I'm joking.
Okay, so we've got one answer in. Looks like we're only getting one answer for this question.
Well, my answer was clearly not as sophisticated as what other people are saying, because it was just 12. That was my answer. It looks like it probably wasn't accurate enough compared to what everybody else is putting in, but that's all I could remember.
Well, I'm now doubting myself, because I've got 12.1 minutes.
Ooh.
Not 12.5.
Ooh, interesting. How do we check? Can we check? I don't know.
But I'm right. So none of you get any points. Because
well, we all said 12 though. Don't we get points for that?
Okay, well, you all said 12. I'll give you all...
also, we didn't wait for Mickey to answer it.
Mickey doesn't mind. I'll give you all 70 points, 75 half points. I'll give you half points, 75 points each. Yeah.
That's good.
There you go. See, I'm generous. Okay, so Act 4 then. Have we got a... He's munching on chips. Yes. Oh, that's the scan in sick bay. Let's go on to this one here. Here we go. He was on the gin. Yeah. Act 4 then.
He's joining us on the gin. That's good.
Yes, get on the gin, sir. Riker, back in his quarters, is relaxing after a hard day's flirting when who should appear at his door but Yuta, who has also clocked off for the day. She goes in for a kiss first, which has surprised me. It surprised Riker a little bit. He was like, I usually go in for the unsolicited kiss, but this time Yuta made the move first. And she really wants to please him. But for once in Riker's life, that's not good enough for him. He's like, hold on a minute. She's there. She wants to be dominated and please him, but he wants an equal. He wants her to give her as much pleasure as she gives him. But she says he can't because she can't feel anything. She hasn't felt pleasure in a very long time. But then red alert sounds and he gets
TMI
called.
from her, really.
It was a little bit. And it was very un-Riker-like, I thought. Red alert gets sounds. He gets called to the bridge. On the bridge, they have found Shogun's ship, and it is firing on them. Worf tries the hailing thing, but gets no response, so we get more pew-pews. Picard asks Worf if he can knock out their shields without damaging the ship, and Worf believes he can. But I don't know how much I trust Worf in that assessment. He's like, yes, of course I can. Just let me fire. It's like, can you really, though? Can you really? You're just going to blow them up. Yeah. Picard gives them one last warning. And to his warning, he gets another round of pew-pews in response. So Picard is like, Worf, let them have it. So Worf knocks their shields out without destroying their ship. Shogun then, unsurprisingly, hails the Enterprise. And Picard's like, that's more like it. They tell him that they are here with an offer, but Shogun doesn't seem like he wants to hear it. Picard says he's beaming over anyway, much to the displeasure of Riker. Picard, Maruk, and Brol enter the Gatherer's bridge/cargo hold, and Shogun offers them a seat by sort of just wiping his arm and just wiping all the crap off the table. Picard's about to open the dialogue when Shogun is like, you know what? I could just take you all prisoner. And Picard's like, what? But he says he won't because he's too curious to find out what they're there for. Maruk says Picard convinced her that bringing them together is not just in their interest, but Maruk's people's interest as well. She offers them Akamarian brandy as a peace offering, but Shogun refuses, insisting that all she wants to do is enslave them. She insists that they will help them feed themselves. They have set aside some land that they can do with as they please. And Shogun's like, do we look like farmers? But she says you can do anything you want with it. You can build factories. You can, I don't know, set up shops. Build Disneyland.
Hey!
You can build Disneyland. Build Disneyland. But he's still not too interested. He says if they go doing this route, they're going to require autonomy, which Maruk initially balks at, but Picard's, being the pro level diplomat that he is, steps in and points out that at least Shogun is negotiating. So Maruk confirms that
he did facilitate rather well, did Picard.
He did the Picard thing, didn't he? As its own region, Oh, it was 12.1 minutes. Thank you, Smiler.
Well Googled, Smiler.
Well Googled, yes. As its own region, their land will have certain rights. Bro says he will need this spelled out in writing before he agrees to anything. Back on the ship, the doc has found another gatherer who was killed in the same way as the old geezer. And they were both from the same clan, the Lornak clan. Oh, I've probably got to
I like
read
the way
this.
you keep calling him the old geese.
Well, it was old dude, old
Yeah.
boy. I've said something different each time, I think.
That's like, I always find it really weird with these pictures when you see the view screen from the side and then they shoot it as if the person's face is on the side. Like,
Yeah.
is that a hologram? It shouldn't look
Yes.
like that if it was just a screen, or it is a hologram.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
they've done that
view
before.
screen.
You've probably talked about this before, haven't you?
The view screen on the Enterprise D is a holographic projection. Yeah,
Ah.
it's a holographic projector, which
That
is
makes more
why
sense.
it looks
then.
like that. Yeah.
That does make sense.
You can't see it in this picture, but his outfit is made up of loads of bits and bobs from all sorts of different places. And here, I don't.
Just general random crap they found around a prop room, right?
Yeah. Well, not quite random crap. Oh, there you go. I found a better picture. One moment. Sorry about this, everyone. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Oh no, pressure.
There we go. So there's another picture of him there. There's Chorgon, the gatherer leader, and you can see all the bits and pieces. But you see he's got this medal here. And this is from Worf's original sash
Oh right.
from season 1. So there it is there. Like you see the star in the middle and the like the arrows pointing towards it. And then if we see Worf there it is on his sash.
Very cool.
And this is a reused from the original 60s Star Trek and the original Klingon uniform.
Makes sense.
So this same piece has gone from 60s Star Trek to Worf's TNG, and its final resting place is on this guy. On this guy.
Do we
So
know
there
it
we
never
go.
gets used again?
I don't think it ever gets used again. No.
That's cool.
There we go.
Yeah, G Stars just said something which came up in the Next Generation fan page that I'm on as well. But people were saying, like, if you want to feel old, just to let you know, Will Wheaton is now older than what Patrick Stewart was when he started filming TNG.
Oh shit! Is he?
I know. Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Just to make you feel old.
Wow. Yeah. Well, thanks, G, for that one.
Well, the other sort of slightly more uplifting one I saw on Facebook just today was like a, just one of those like little poster sort of ones, which says, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, except Klingons, because they will kill you, and then they'll sing songs about it."
That's true. That is true.
Oh, and Klingon word of the day.
Oh, I haven't got one. I didn't think of that.
Oh. If anybody's
Oh.
got a word that you want Monty to look up for Klingon word of the day,
Yeah.
post
Yeah.
it in chat and we'll let you know what the translation is.
Yeah. I might have one in a sec. Okie dokie. So yes, back on the ship. Have we got a picture?
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
that
there you
was
go.
a
We'll go. with that.
reused picture of the ship. Was from the Gatherer ship was a
yes.
reuse of the Mondor from
Packled's.
Snare.
Yeah, the Packled's ship and Samaritan Snare. They recolorized it though, so it wasn't brown; it was grey. Yes. Okay. Smiler Rainbows put some Klingon in chat.
Christmas,
Someone was-
that the jab, I'll
someone-
just chew that the jab.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
Very good. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yes. Back on the ship, the Doc has found. Oh yes, I said that the old geezer. Someone else had died, and he was also from the Lornak clan. Data points out that Chorgun, their leader, is also from the Lornak clan. Data also discovers the Lornaks annihilated another clan called the Trelesters, and according to their records, the Trelesters were completely wiped out. But then Data finds the missing link. He finds an old photo that shows Yuta was there over 53 years ago. Riker thinks, I kissed that. And there she is. There's the photo of Yuta from 53 years ago. And that was the end of Act 4. And so the question time. What does Maruk offer Chorgun as a peace offering when they're around the table with Picard?
Oh, I think I know that, but I don't know if I totally know the name. But
Yep, it wasn't Jin. I'll give them that.
no, I think that Jin comment was what she wants to hear in Klingon. I don't know if they'll have something as specific as Jin. They probably have like, spirits or something a bit more generic, but...
So yes, what does Maruk offer Chorgun as a peace offering? Also, whilst we're there is a bunch of things with Charuk's bridge / cargo hold. If you're interested.
Yeah.
Oh, you're always interested.
Faux show.
You're
I don't have that piece of trivia, so of course I'm interested.
Here we go. Over to the comparison website again. So this is them. Oh, actually, in HD would be better. There we go. This is Charuk's bridge, and we can see these red lights in the background.
Mm-hmm.
They're from two places. They're from, where Worf had to walk through the Valley of Pain or the Valley of Blood or whatever, with Klingons on either side with pain sticks jabbing them into his sides.
Yes.
That lined that room.
Yes.
And they're also from the canteen or area of the Klingon bird of prey where Riker sits down and eats gach.
Oh. I definitely wouldn't have recognised them from there.
So we'll see that. Here is Riker on the
just
Klingon bird of prey. Here they are, these red lights. So it's pretty much the same set. And here's the Icarus Factor. And again, you can't really make them out in this photo, but they line either side of this room when he walks down.
Yeah. I
travel the river of blood, or something like that, he says. Yes. Oh, there's a better shot from the Icarus Factor. You can see the lights around the edge of the room.
Yeah.
There's other things. In the background here, you see this, it looks like a podium.
Yeah, I thought it was a chair.
It's actually like a console that you stand up at and use.
Ah, right.
That was used on the Pac-Led bridge.
Ah, right.
But earlier than that, it was in the Bird of Prey on Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, as the thing they used to beam people up, beam the humpback whales up.
I love that.
And it was also used in the transporter room in A Bird of Prey in Star Trek V as well. So here it is. Here's this console with Kirk at it in Star Trek IV. Here it is as the Pac-Led bridge console. And here it is in the transporter room in A Bird of Prey in Star Trek V. So it gets around that one. It gets around that console.
Certainly does. It's like they get their money's worth out of some of these things.
They do. They do indeed. They do indeed. So I think that's it from my spotting of interesting, well, I say interesting things from the sets.
I like them. You know, I try to pay attention to some of these details in the background stuff, but I just don't. I don't, you know, I just don't. It's stuff, but I can't remember exactly where things are from. It's just really difficult. So yeah, it's good that
Right,
you've got
so
that site.
what did they offer him as a peace offering? Maz and McBob, what was your answer?
Well, it looks like I got it pretty wrong. I put Akmarian rum, but everybody else said brandy.
You got the Akmarian bit,
I know.
right?
When I was saying, "Oh, what's it called?" I was trying to remember what they are as a race. But yeah, I put rum instead of brandy.
This is for 200 points. So I will give Karen 200 points for brandy. I'll give you 100 points for Akmarian. And I will give Stu Plum no points for an area of land. She does offer him an area of land.
Says that he offered his daughter his mother's brother's son's cousin to none. Ha ha.
Yeah.
So sorry. Karen gets half points. Did you say?
We'll give Karen the points, and you half points.
And that was 200 points.
Stu Plum.
Me half points.
Yeah.
Ooh, that does mean the lead has changed. Karen is now on 350 points, overtaking Stu Plum, who was on 250 points. I'm still trailing in third.
So, the last act, Act 5.
G-Star wants to know if he can get 50 points for being funny.
Yeah, go on then. Have 50 points. There's Picard looking smug. There you go. Back at the negotiations.
Really smug look.
He looks pretty smug with himself there. Yeah. Back at the negotiations, Chorgan wants 3 seats on the ruling council. How dare he? That angers Maruk, as no individual group has 3 seats on the council. But Picard points out once again that to Maruk that if it was the other way around, wouldn't she be demanding the same thing for her people? And so Maruk backs down and apologizes for losing her temper. Picard calls a recess. It's time to think things over. And Chorgan thinks it's time to break out the Akmarian brandy. Picard thinks they are both very much alike, which they cannot see at all. But they're strong leaders and tough negotiators. And they have to agree on that. And they've agreed to have brandy together, so that's progress. Then Riker beams in and shoots a gatherer, which is kind of against the whole, diplomatic atmosphere that Picard was very carefully crafting. He just beams in, fire, fire. And it did make me chuckle that bit. Bro shouts, "It's a trap!" And they're all about to panic.
It's a trap! Oh, that's from Star Wars, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a trap!
It's a trap! Yes, Admiral Akbar.
Yeah.
Yes, very good, very good. But Picard assures them that his first officer has a very good reason for his actions. At least he hopes he has a very good reason for his actions. Riker confronts Yuta and tells her the jig is up. He knows that she's an old crone with a grudge and tells Chorgan to remain still as his life's in danger.
I swear Smiley Rainbow's writing some of this script for you. It seems like her sort of sense of humour.
Oh, yeah. She's rubbing off on me is what it is. Yuta won't listen, though. All she cares about is finishing her mission at wiping out the last of the Lornak. Riker tries to appeal to her, but she goes for Chorgan anyway. Riker shoots her. She then tries again, so Riker shoots her again. He then sets his phaser to vaporize, and begs her not to do it, but she tries one last time, and Riker vaporizes her. Jorgen's like, cheers, mate. Thanks for that. Back on the Enterprise in 10 forward. Oh, we probably got some.
Oh, yeah, there's the actual vaporizing.
Yeah, there we go. Back on the Enterprise in 10 forward, Riker is moping when Picard comes in and says they got new orders. They are to divert to a starbase to take on medical supplies. And whilst we're there, we should maybe extend shore leave to anyone that wants it. Hint, hint, hint. And Riker says that he will pass that along to the crew.
Clearly has no intention of doing so himself.
No. So, yeah.
So this vaporizing scene was vaguely problematic.
It was.
Well, what setting do you think it was on before he put it on vaporize?
Stun, but Utah's
Sort of been changed
powerful.
Or genetically.
She's been changed so much that her cells just reject that sort of thing. Shrugs it off like nothing. That's what I'm imagining. The reason why.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, a few people said, like, couldn't he have just stunned her? Like, why was it necessary to vaporize her? And also, couldn't he have just grabbed her? Like, they could have just, literally stood in her way, sort of thing. Like, it was a bit like lethal force when not really necessary. Unless he was just that peeved, and that she'd tried to have her way with him and turn out to be an evil person.
I was going to say, a bit like an LA cop with an African American in front of them. But then I thought, oh no,
can't say that. But it was a bit unnecessary, I would say. And the other thing, which a few people have pointed out, which I may not have necessarily picked up on, to be fair, but is depicted really well by that shot at the bottom. She does get completely vaporized right in front of Picard, and he literally sits there with a stony, completely non-reaction face. There's not any or like literally somebody's vaporized right in front of you and you just have no reaction. But it was because they made the decision to actually have him in the shot, and in order to do the special effects of the vaporization, they needed him to hold really still. And a few people questioned that choice later, and they do admit, who was it? Who was sort of saying about Bond, I think it was, was saying, it's a choice they made at the same time. Like, as soon as they saw it, they were like, oh yeah, we shouldn't have had him in the shot because he just looks really odd, just sat there like completely static. And even Picard himself was like, what? So I just sit here and do nothing and not react?
Yeah, but he's the master of the Federation flagship. He's seen shit. He's been there, done it.
Nothing moves me.
He's got to take on the worst the galaxy has to offer and do it with a steady hand. So he's not easily phased, is he?
He's not. Neither was she. She took some phasing.
Well, she definitely wasn't easily phased. No, I think they went from heavy stun to vaporize. And,
and that's it. And that's the way I read it as well. Is it wasn't just tickle you a bit more. Oh, vaporize. She didn't respond to the stun. So yeah. But of course, and although she was carrying this virus thing, like, it wouldn't have affected anybody else, which is why some people have said, couldn't they have just grabbed her? Which is probably true, but I guess it's just one of those things. Split second decision.
One of those things. It was kind of a shame she was a bad guy because she was quite nice at the beginning.
Yeah.
So that goes with the question time.
Time.
The Act 5, the end of the episode question. How many years has passed since the photo of Utah was taken? So think back to when Data, Crusher, and Riker were.
Is this a
looking
first
at
to the buzzer, or is this just anyone can answer it?
Anyone can answer. I don't mind. It's 250 points.
250.
250. Yeah. How many years had passed since the photo was taken? Yes.
I have a guess. I don't think I've got an exact. Well, I mean, the thing I'm going to guess is relatively exact, but see, Stew Plum's very close to what I was thinking, but not quite. we'll see.
That's her face
She
after
look
she
so
was.
sad.
Well, she just got phasered the first time. That was her. That was her face
phaser
after
face.
the. That's her phaser face.
Bless. She just looks like she's gonna cry.
Yeah.
So what did you think then, while we let a few other people answer if they wish to?
She's been in a number of things apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I can't remember what they are now.
Didn't pick up on that either. My bad. Yeah, it's they're sort of obviously the sites I'm visiting, they're not doing their due diligence in this series because it has been a little bit lighter on season 3 with a lot of these trivias and goofs and things than in previous series. But maybe I'll branch out. I'll have to look a little bit wider for next week.
Yeah, I looked her up on IMDb. She's been in a lot of things.
Right. Not like a lot of other episodes or anything.
Not Star
Right.
Trek. No, she was only in this episode. But
see.
her character made such an impact that Yuta is mentioned in the Star Trek TNG Monopoly board.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. But no, she did a lot of acting, and then started up a jewelry organization.
Yeah, right.
And a lot of clients she's got. She's actually recently come back to acting.
Do you think that necklace featured in her?
Maybe. It looks almost Vulcan, or because Vulcans wear big, like triangular neck things, yeah. So what we got then? Who have we got any answers?
Just me and Stu Plum.
Right, I'll give you a couple more minutes, and whilst you're getting your answers in, think about what you'd score this episode. What do you think?
Yeah.
What would you score this
you,
episode?
while we're waiting for other answers, what did you think of the episode, Monteban? Did you enjoy
I
it?
thought it was, yes. I mean, I enjoy them all, don't I? You know? But I did enjoy it. I did enjoy the episode a lot. I thought it was well written. I particularly liked Maruk, the sovereign of the Akamar. She was like very strong, and I don't know, I just liked her demeanor. Like, nobody would mess with her. Like,
Yeah.
And I quite liked the ragtag nature of the gatherers, and yeah.
I think that, and there was quite a few sort of different sets, interesting sets. I know that they looked a bit stagey sets, but at least there were kind of multiple locations sort of thing.
There were. We went to another ship. We went to two different planets.
The radar base, and
so we got about, and I really liked it showing off Picard's diplomatic prowess. He really did a good job at bringing Maruk on board initially and getting the whole process started. The way he phrased it and the way he kind of like stirred her up and then pointed her in the right direction, and the way he negotiated between all the different parties at the end. I just thought it really showed off the differences between like what Picard and Kirk would have been, or even like Picard and role that the stream just went funny then. The type of captain that the Federation starship flagship needed at that time in that sort of like era.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes.
I think it did have quite a few positives. I would say that there was a bit of, bit of essence of cheese around quite a bit of the acting. It's still a bit early season-ish in that way, I guess. It's a little bit difficult to take it too seriously, but yeah, I'd say it does have a lot of good points. G-Star gives it a 7. Stu Plum gives it a 7.
Yeah.
Are we going to do our scores?
Yes.
Do you need to bring your spreadsheet up?
Because G's chosen a 7, I've just got to go higher. Hang on.
You're so funny.
You know it. Hang on, I've got to find out. I've lost the sheet. So anyway, sorry, just getting on to the answers to the final question. It is 53 years. So that's 250 points for Stu Plum and 250 points for Karen. So you can add them to your thingamajiggies.
Put my scoring thing down. 250 points for Stu Plum. For the 50, yeah. 500 and 4, that's it. Right. So yes, Karen is the winner with 600 points. Stu Plum closely followed with 500, and the rest of us were just nowhere near. So that's a point to Karen this week. Well done, Kaz.
Oh, well done, Karen. She's really stretching out in the lead for this season. On 4. Oh, you probably want to see that.
Do you want to bring up the spreadsheet?
Yes. I'm doing it. Look. There we go. So, yeah, we got Karen on 4, Stu Plum in second on 2, Mickey, Smiler, Maz, and Al Pal all on 1, and myself not on anything, and Joel.
G-Star's pitch is that from a literature sort of script or story point of view, the episode could be used to teach somebody what vengeance is. You know, it sort of depicts that quite well and how self-destructive it can be.
Yeah.
What are you giggling about?
I'm just giggling at Mickey actually drinking gin whilst watching the TNG review show. He's doing it properly, though. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, actually. Hang on.
Is this on the WhatsApp chat?
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Can you focus on that camera?
It's kind of blurry. I can see.
Oh, there you go.
Let me. Oh, yeah, there we go.
He's going for the gin proper.
Wow. That's not what they call the perfect serve, you know. It should have garnish and ice and.
Yeah. Right. There we go. Okay. So school's on the doors. Yes. So, what, 2 7s?
Our averages in the past have always included G-Star. Are they still?
We'll still include. Yes, of course.
Excellent.
I put his 7 in there. Look, there we go. So, what are we going to give the vengeance factor? 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Whoop. I gave it a 7 as well. I was going to give it a 6, but I put it up 1.
Yeah, I already had a 6 chosen. I think it was good. I think it was above average, but I don't know, something about it just didn't sell me, you know. But yeah, pretty good, I would say, all round. A good effort.
Pretty good. Not a bad episode at all, I didn't think.
Yeah.
But, yes.
I mean, I haven't scored anything below a 5 yet this season. That's pretty crazy.
No, I mean, G-Star gave the price the last episode of 2, which I thought was pretty damn harsh, to be fair. But, yeah, it's putting it probably, this is going to be I think the average by the end of the season. This score is not going to be, it's not going to feature near the top, I don't think.
No, I mean, at the moment it's what? Is it joint 4th, 5th, something like that? No, it looks like it's 5th at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a thank you speech from Crystal Karen. She would like to thank the SNG or TNG, the TNG hosts, fans, and favorite fan Mickey, plus Loki and Thor, who've supported her on a daily basis. She's also honoured to have won tonight's competition, and she thanks us all. And
she scores it a 7 as well.
7.
A popular score for sure.
I think 6, 7. I think that's right. Definitely. I think that's where it sits. Yeah, I think at the moment that puts it quite high. It puts it 4th. There are some
good episodes to come.
But I think there's a lot of good, really good, if not great, some of the best TNG episodes to come this season. So I think overall season average, I think this is going to end up pretty mediocre, pretty mediocre score. But yeah, it was still okay. I still really quite enjoyed it. Next week we've got the Defector. So set your phasers to vaporize and go hunt yourself a Romulan. Yes. See, I remembered what the next one is.
Well done. That's like a first, isn't it?
I think it could be. But yes, Defector is a Romulan episode. It's a pretty good episode, I seem to remember. But sometimes I think, oh, I'm looking forward to that episode, and then I find it's not as good as I remember it. And then these episodes come out of the woodwork that I didn't think were as good, and I'm really enjoying. So we'll see what I think of The Defector next week. The guy that plays the Romulan in it plays a lot of different aliens in Star Trek. He's a bit of a Star Trek alumni actor. He's in a lot of episodes. So
who is it? I can't remember. Check.
Yeah, I think he's on the thumbnail of this video. I think if you look at his. Yeah,
well, it'll
he
be
played like a
Cardassian,
anyway. And he played various things. Yes. Good night, Stu Plum. Yes, Stu Plum's off. Yes.
I can't remember what is it? What is it in Klingon? I can't remember.
What? Good night.
Good night.
Oh, fiddlesticks! I haven't got it. I've lost my
Majram.
Majram.
I pulled that out from somewhere.
Cool, well done.
Majram Stu Plum.
That was good. Well done. Yes, Majram. And we're going to have to add, I will pull from chat.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas and a Happy New Year. I will add it to our list of Klingon words and phrases. But Majram, yes, good night, Stu Plum. Yes, so next week, The Defector. Join me for Fortnite tomorrow evening. If anybody wants to come and chat to us whilst we're playing Fortnite, that'll be tomorrow night. And the Monty Zone on the 21st of January. Check out G's latest G-Star Vault. And share with your friends and family. It's free. Membership to our little club. It's free. And so it's good value for money. So share wide.
Definitely.
And this channel is actually up to 111 subscribers. So we're moving away from, we only just recently passed 100, but we're up to 111.
Yeah, I think it's
so
like 98 last I saw.
Yeah, it's moving, slowly moving along. So that's really good. So
Good.
yes. Thank you, Mazza McBob, for joining me this evening.
My pleasure, as always.
And as always, thanks to my favourite chat member, Mickey, and also Karen and Stu Plum and G-Star and my ever-suffering wrench, Smiler Rainbow.
So funny.
Don't worry, Karen, you will be my favourite next week.
Thanks for joining us, Kevin, as well. First time.
Oh, and Kevin, yes, my future favourite, Kevin. Yes. Will you be here, Mickey, next week? Oh, yes.
And also on Fox.
Oh, well, I hope your hamstring heals up and you get better soon and it doesn't give you too much trouble. So, yeah, I think that's it for us this week. Is there anything else I've forgotten?
Not that I can remember.
No. Fab. Okay. Well, you're my favourite wrench of all time, Smiler Rainbow. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Mickey goes on the 15th. So that'd be the Saturday.
Right. Well, have a fantastic time.
Oh, no, he won't.
Yes, he will. Can't wait for that next Friday.
Yeah.
Joey Pasquale. Is that his name?
Oh, right. Joe Pasquale, yeah.
Joe Pasquale. I think that's what we're watching on Friday week. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see you next Wednesday at 8 o'clock for another TNG review.
Ta-ra, beautiful peoples.
Cheers.